Hello, I'm Richard Vobes, the Bald Explorer. It says so on my car, so it must be true. And today I am at Calstone Wellington and I'm doing a walk up to Morgan's Hill. And this is Calstone Wellington Church, St Mary's Church. So Calstone Wellington is a village. I haven't really seen much of the village. Had to take a bit of a diversion to get here because they'd closed the A4, which was a bit of a pain. It's a rural village to the south east of Calne, where I'm staying, and we can't get in the church unfortunately, but it's beautifully studded, the whole wall, great big rivets through. Come in anytime, but only for quiet prayer at the moment. So this is St Mary's Church, and it's got an unusual name, Calstone Wellington. Wellington was the name of the lord of the manor back in the 13th and 14th and 15th century. This might be their crest on the face of the church here, this being the north side, I guess. There was a church here, I think, from about 1301. See if we can peer through the window. Not really. It's just such a shame that we can't go in the churches at the moment. But it's a very interesting church. But this was rebuilt in, let me think, the 15th century, I think. And it's built of rubble and ashlar. But it's a very nice church, I have to say. It's a very beautiful church. And what I particularly like about it is the roof. It's almost the same as Horsham stone, but I don't suppose for a moment it is, but it's probably some form of sedimentary rock that they've used here. But I just love the colours with all the different lichens on there. There's a sort of very whitish lichen on there. And then this must be the south porch, but there's no door here. It's got a little chimney on the top. The tower, probably a later extension, I imagine, but with bells in it. I don't know anything about the bells. And I was casting around for a yew tree here, but I couldn't find any. But it's an exquisite church, very quiet. You can see that it's looked after them. The graveyard has been mown, and some of the graves are quite beautiful, quite ornate, and obviously very old. Here's some that look like your teeth, and some slightly out of joint, just there. But the purpose of my walk is to have a stroll up towards Morgan Hill. Now, the other day I made a video where I went to the Lansdowne Monument, and this is south of that, and in that shot I've mentioned these twin towers, these broadcast towers, transmission towers. That's on the top of that hill, so I'm working my way south. So let's get on with the walk. First of all, we've got to go through a field of sheep. There's a stile here which I'm going to cross and follow the public footpath, and of course I knew the sheep would all dive out of my way as I come through here and try and find where the path goes. Sheep I don't mind, it's cows I'm not so keen on. They're all running away. I do like sheep. They're fun creatures. In the distance I can hear a helicopter going over as the sheep take cover under that lovely, what looks like a horse chestnut, I think. And so the church is just behind here, and I'm heading up this way, and we should get a view of it in a minute. There's some trees just up ahead, and beyond that we should see the hill just up here. Another gate to go through. I think this is it. I do have an ordnance survey with me, but it does look like it's well signposted. So here we go. So we're going up there onto the hill, not a terribly steep hill, luckily. And in the foreground, more spring barley, and this is all on the Wiltshire Downs. And sadly, this seems to be the case, that this old downland has now been turned into farmland since the Second World War. And I've got a bit of a beef about that. Been reading another book called The Killing of the Countryside by Graham Harvey, and he tells me about this rape that's happened. All our wonderful all our wonderful species-rich pasture had been torn up by the farmers because of subsidies that they were given. So in other words, the government paid them to farm species-rich pasture land, ancient pasture land from the Downs, and we didn't necessarily have to do that because we didn't need all that barley and wheat. But, yes, more about that in another video, I think. Just walking beside a big field of, I think, broad beans. I don't know whether these are for human consumption or actually for feed, animal feed. Great big field of it. Or are they legumes? I'm not really sure what legumes are, other than they're part of the pea and bean family. And in the distance behind me, there's the Lansdowne monument, or the Cherrell, which I was calling Cher Hill, but I've been told it's Cherrell, as in Cherrell, Chair Hill, Cherrell. That's how the locals pronounce it. Monument, which is over there. So I'm south of where I was the other day, and you've got all that beautiful undulating farmland that's protected, and then this is the monoculture of modern day farming. And ahead of me is the towers that I want to get up to. And then there's, I think you're on the top of a Roman road which runs east-west. So I'm looking forward to getting up to there. Climbing up the hill now with the view becoming more visible behind me, and it's particularly invigorating. And you know, I was listening to a programme on the radio in the car on the way to Wiltshire, and they were talking about the joys and benefits of living in a city, and the fact that after the millennium, what will they do? And perhaps more people should green up a city and make it a little bit more countrified. And I thought, that's really weird, because why would you try and turn the countryside or a city into the countryside? Just come into the countryside. This is a very ancient landscape with the undulating hills and the farms behind us. Of course, Monoculture in the last 100 years of farming has changed things beyond all recognition that our Neolithic forefathers would have noticed. But breathing this air away from traffic, away from city life and conurbation is so rewarding and so good for you. And now I'm away from the farms and I've just got natural grasses either side of me. I actually feel so much more alive. This is what living is about. This is just incredible. And we've got to protect our landscape. We really have. Right, I'm on the Roman road now. So, come to my destination for the end of this video. I don't know if that's a kite or a buzzard. There's a bird there. I can't show it you at the moment, but it's circling the field. That's encouraging because it must mean that the grassy field below, or rather the harvest field below, there must be some wildlife in there. Just up that way is the towers. So in the second part of this walk and the videos, I will visit the towers, and then I'm not quite sure, I may come back along the Roman road for a bit, but I'm going to, whilst I'm here, take advantage of this and explore more. Interestingly, the Roman road, I'm not sure where it goes that way, but this way it goes along towards Overton Hill to what's known as the Ridgeway Sanctuary, and of course it passes West Kennet Longbarrow, an ancient track that the Romans presumably utilised and turned into a Roman road, and there it goes leading away. But that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to follow, like and subscribe, become a patron, support what I do, give me a thumbs up, all the usual, and I will see you on the next of these two-part walks when it comes out. Thanks very much for watching. Bye bye.